Let's Talk with author Dre Lett is a show that informs, inspires, and motivates. All shows are taped in front of a live virtual audience. Make sure to follow us so you can be notified when a new show is available on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Also follow us if you want to be a part of our live taping. Grab your beverage and snacks, get comfortable so we can let's talk. Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk. I am your host, author Dre Lett. This is a show where we inform, inspire, and motivate. We get you going during these tough times and beyond. So come on in the room and have a virtual seat so we can let's talk. I'm so excited to be back today, you guys. Doing a great show today on Friday, June 21st. But also want to make sure you guys you hit like and follow, whether you're watching this on Instagram, YouTube, or on Facebook. We want to make sure you hit follow and like, okay? So tonight, you guys, let's talk about inspirations and his emotions. Relationship counselor, author Kimberly McCants will be here to talk about on his behalf, his emotions are real, unquote. We also have Ethan, a Poetic, here to talk about his amazing inspirational story. Both of my guests will be on the virtual stage shortly. So as we go break for a quick minute to hear from our sponsors, you guys make sure you put in the comments section where you're watching the show from so I can give you a shout out. I love my live virtual audience. So of course, I'm going to give you a shout out on the air. But if you watch the show in the pre-recorded phase, that's fine too. Give me a shout out by either sending me a direct message or in the comments section. Okay, so you guys, we will be back after a brief message from our sponsors. Again, don't forget to put in the comment section where you're tuning in from so I can give you a shout out, okay? And we'll be back after these brief message.
Check my technique, my technique. You wanna feel my technique? It's pure, bad, bad, bad to the left. Money, money, money to the right. You can be both, meet in the middle, dance all night. Take it all off, or just a little if you like. It's pure. It should cost $1 billion to look this good. Oh yeah. But she make it look easy cause she got it. Check my technique. You can find the one when the tempo good. Wanna touch my technique? 4, 3, 2 pretty girls. That's my technique. That's my technique. Bisou, right and left cheek. Ideas, my dear. That's my technique. All my pretty girls to the floor. Get your money, 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 honey. Don't be funny with my money, honey. Don't my girls look so yummy, yummy? All the boys want my honey from me. It should cost $1 billion to look that good. But she make it look easy cause she got it. You can find the one when the tempo's good. 4, 3, I'm too busy. Check my technique. I see you too. Coming from
as we call Motown. We would love for you to come down to our city to enjoy our roller skating. And while you're here, pick up my book, The Motown Sound on Wheels by Rockin' Rich Houston. You'll enjoy the roller skating that we're doing here in Detroit. And while you're here also, come down to the roller skating rink where we are doing 69 years of continuous roller skating. And if you have any problems with transportation, come on and call us and we'll pick you up at Delta Limousine Service and we'll roll you right onto the rink and right back to the airport. Thank you very much.
I'm getting ready for the function at the junction. Baby, you gotta come on now tonight. Because everybody's gonna be there. We got people coming from everywhere. We got Ling Ting Tong from China, Long Tall Sally from Carolina. We got 007, the private eye, and he's bringing all the guys from I Spy. Come on, come on, we gonna have a ball down at the function at the junction. And baby, you gotta come on tonight. We serving egg foo young and barbecue, having chicken dumpling there, kidney stew, having beef big fun till the break of dawn. Gonna shake the tail feather, shoot it till we run, hold a shotgun on the rooster and dare him to crow. Hard to put anybody sleeping, make him get out on the floor. Tell Paul and tell him on, tell him about the function at the junction. Tell him that they gotta come on tonight. Tell him about the function at the junction, baby. Tell him that they gotta come on tonight. All the soul brothers, Jenny brothers, hip cats and fast hats and pretty girls with pretty smiles, all decked out in the latest style and
Yes,
mama
indeed.
giving
That was a
guitars
message from our
and
sponsors. We want to make sure we go out and support them, you guys. You know, I'm big on entrepreneurship. So make sure you support our sponsors. All right. So let's see who is checking in tonight from the Let's Talk fam. And those of you who are watching the show live. Okay. Rockin' Rich in Houston himself is watching the show. Hey, bro, how are you? Good to see you virtually. Hope all is well. My cousin is checking in from Las Vegas. How are you, cuz? You know, y'all had 3-digit hot temperatures. I saw on the news the other day. Oh my goodness. Make sure you stay hydrated and drink lots of water. Wow. All right. And hubby is checking in from the man cave. Mwah. Thank you, babe, for your love and support. We got Carla, always faithful and loyal. Love you, sis, for always watching the show live. I love my live virtual audience because they chime in and ask questions and they make it so much fun. So those of you that are watching this in pre-recorded phase, if you ever want to be a part of the live virtual audience, just go to my Let's Talk Facebook page and it'll always show you when we're going to go live again. Oh my goodness. And Claire is checking in. Hey girl, how are you? She was our guest on the last show, and her story is incredible. If you guys have not seen it, please go back and go through the videos. She was on the last segment, which was the early part of June of 2024. So her story was amazing. So glad to see you, sis. So glad to see you. All right. So, you guys, let's get into a quick hot topic before we bring on my guest. You guys know that this is June is the month that we celebrate African American Music Month. Okay. And so, what I wanted to celebrate is Mariah Carey. I love her. I love her music. She is amazing. She has accomplished and achieved so much. But one thing I think is amazingly cool that she did was she headlined the iHeart Living Room concert, which was virtual for America, and which was hosted by Elton John. And they were raising funds to fight COVID-19 in the year 2020. If you remember, nobody knew what it was, how to cure it, or any of that. And people was just dying left and right. And she ultimately helped raise over $115 million to address the crisis. So That's who I wish to honor this month for June for the African American Music Appreciation Month. She is the bomb.com and I love her. So that's who we are celebrating for this last part of June. Okay, so let's get into my guest. I am so excited to have him. This young man reached out to me and he said he wanted to come on the show. And after we vetted him and did some, research and so forth, we're like, absolutely, this guy is incredible. Okay, so this is Ethan A. Poetic. He is the CEO and founder of Ethan A. Poetic LLC, in which empowers people towards the initiative of overcoming their own adversities, life's challenges and hardships. He's a keynote speaker, a life coach, a mentor, a mental health advocate, and self published author. Wow. He has written the autobiography titled The Inspirational Story of Ethan A. Poetic, Chronicles of Adversities, Education, Sports, Relationships, and Resiliency. His book is available where all books and ebooks are sold, as well as on his website, ethanspeaks.com. Everyone, please help me welcome to the virtual stage, Mr. Ethan A. Poetic. Hello, sir.
Hello, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you on this great day? Is it hot up there in Pennsylvania or is it moderate or?
It's hot enough.
Ooh,
I'm drinking plenty of Fiji water and making sure to keep that ice running.
yes. You got to. You got to. Well, thank you for coming on Let's Talk. When you reached out to me, like I was telling the audience, I was like, absolutely. I love people that overcome challenges and adversities, things that they go through. So I just want to ask you a quick question. I have several, by the way, but the one that really hits me is, you rarely see young people like yourself write books and become keynote speakers. What inspired you to just reach out and write a book and be a motivational speaker? Did something you went through in your life or?
When it comes to the book, it was in the spring semester of 2020 while I was at Mills University, senior year, COVID-19. I got invited to this Greek family's house for lunch, and we were at the table outside having a good time. And then one person suggested, Ethan, you should write a book. Then another person says, it's like a city council meeting where people saying, yay, yay, yay. And I'm like, wait. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that or not, but it's hard to say no when, the key to a man's heart is to his stomach. They start serving me champagne, lobster, crab legs, some scallops. It's hard to say no to all that.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was I eventually gave in and said yes, got started. And then a little insider scoop, and I'm not bragging or anything, just telling the honest truth for what it is. Publishers start contacting me right away and sending me contracts. The reason why I didn't go with those publishers is because they said if I signed with them, they would turn my story into a movie and a soundtrack, and they would get the lion's shares rights, me and they get the majority of the money. We're talking a movie and a soundtrack of stories relevant to the blind side, the pursuit of happiness, homeless to Harvard. And for me, I just can't go out like that. I rather have a distribution deal when it comes to movies. And same thing with the music side as well, because I learned it's best to own everything outright and pass down generational wealth because it's bigger than me. When it comes to the speaking thing, I originally started out with just writing spoken word behind the scenes, but then I got encouraged to speak at the Puerto Rican parade, and I spoke in front of 5,000 people live.
Wow.
I used to practice with Paul Rodriguez at the Puerto Rican Culture Center. Then another situation happened where I got invited to do poetry workshop at the Links of Country Day School. And after that, it was a blast. I really like to do this for a living.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, if we go back a little bit further, so I was reading that you actually overcame a lot of things. You came from a single parent family home. a little bit of poverty and the odds were against you. You almost died. Talk about some of that just kind of where you could have just gave up and said, forget this.
The whole single parent household thing was just got tough for what it is for our viewers. My mom had gotten pregnant maybe a year after she graduated, less than 3 months after high school. And then when I came into the picture, my biological dad was already with somebody and already had a child.
Mm.
And based on my research and confirming everything, he denied me as his own before he even saw me. And my grandma was right there in the laundromat. And my dad's sister, who ended up becoming my aunt, was right there. And for a woman to like I know we had the birds and the bees together. And for you to say this is not your child, but the truth was this. My aunt did come to my mom's house, checked out my whole body, and said, "This is my nephew. This is my dad's. This is my brother's son."
Oh.
And eventually my dad came to the house, saw me in the bassinet for himself, and that's what it is. And the problem was he, you heard this song called Papa Was a Rolling Stone?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was.
Mm.
Because he already had a whole nother woman that he's already with and had her pregnant for the second time.
Oh, wow.
And he didn't want to blow his cover. And, from a woman's intuition, and I learned to be empathetic in this situation, that if they know they're being pregnant by this one person, such as a guy, they want reassurance that you're going to be there to be supportive, not just financially, but emotionally, physically, being there at the doctor's appointments. That's something my mom did not get from my dad.
Oh, wow.
And that's the honest truth. But eventually, my mom found out he was already with somebody else through a family member that lived across the street who ended up becoming her best friend, among other people, because the truth is going to come out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And eventually, when a person becomes a Papa Was a Rolling Stone, well, it comes at a cost, starting with child support and other things. And then the whole poverty thing just happened in a situation where I had a stepfather that came in to the picture sometime after I was born. And he and my mom were cohabitating. And there was a certain situation that caused the family to break up but come back together. That's something I'll be talking about in my second book.
Okay.
And I'm just giving people like a sneak peek of that. And I didn't understand why he left. I did have that conversation with him, but I knew there was more to it. But I realized in any relationship you have with somebody, the person you really need in your life is the person who's willing to weather the storm, not be there for your celebration.
Mm-hmm. So true.
And I realized after researching, there's some things that happen along the way that, I'll just say it in simple terms. When you clean up your house, instead of sweeping things under the rug just for it to show up again, you're supposed to sweep it inside the dustpan and put in the trash can, which gets ready for trash day.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that wasn't the right way to go on about it. And, eventually my mom ended up becoming a single parent of 4.
Oh, wow.
And later on, another guy came into the picture, and that situation I'll talk about in my book, where it involves some gun violence, a person who was involved with the drugs, the alcoholism, and the person you be around the most is who you'd like to become. And as I talk about in my book, my mom was enabling him, because when somebody does you wrong, it's not what you say, it's what you do in your actions. Because, for example, he would go on these drug binges, come back. My mom would nurse him back up to health. You're telling somebody, "Oh, I can do this, and I'll get treated and nursed up like nothing happened."
Yeah.
And eventually, it catches up with somebody who does that, losing jobs, being incarcerated, And now you put her in a situation where she's got to figure out how to be financially paying stuff around here. But eventually they get the divorce, and that was the blessing, but it also was a situation where she shouldn't have been with him in the first place because the red flags were already there. There's a
Mhm.
difference between seeing red flags and collecting them.
That's so true. So what made you decide to just say, "Okay, I'm going away to college," with all the adversity, everything around you? You just woke up and said you wanted to go to college, or was there someone in your life that encouraged you or spoke
It
into
was
you?
Jordan Steffi and his wife, Keandra Bear Steffi. I went to high school with Keandra. She was already a cheerleader and already had aspirations of going to college. She went to college right away after high school. I did not go right away because my life situation was much different.
Mhm.
For me, it was just when I met him, it was like a blessing in disguise. And he showed me a different way of life of going on the college tours, being around him, introducing me to his family, and showing me not just American dream, showing me a way of life where you'll be better off furthering your education than just selling for a high school diploma. And that was one of the best decisions ever. And he had a lot of people that backed him up for his nonprofit, from donors, sponsors, and of course board members. He now, took a backseat from being the CEO to now just being more of a behind-the-scenes person of being on the board since he has kids, along with just continuing to be the founder and overseeing. But ultimately, I didn't go to college right away after high school. I went to college after recovering from my near-death situation.
Mm. And talk about that. I think I was reading that there was an 18-wheeler involved and they thought you were dead, or oh my goodness.
Yeah, long story short, like I tell everyone, I was there when the car accident happened. I experienced it, and then bam, I don't remember it
Wow.
because the injuries I suffered from a concussion,
Mm.
left black eye, I lost over 60 pounds.
Wow.
I had a torn aorta where I was supposed to die within 3 to 5 minutes of internal bleeding, but it just didn't happen.
Amen.
And for me, it took like a lot of soul searching of looking at that newspaper article, that television segment,
Mhm.
and looking at my wall, where it touched my heart to see all these people saying, "We're praying for you,"
Mhm.
and being on over 30 prayer lists around the world,
Wow.
and then waking up twice in the middle of a surgery.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Yeah, the first
wow.
time, cloud nine. The second time, a woman thought I originally passed away on the operating table, but unfortunately, they decided to sedate me and see if I wake up,
Mm.
because I had a 99% chance of death versus 1% chance of life.
Oh my
The
goodness.
99% chance is higher than a person filing for divorce,
Mhm.
winning the lottery,
Mm.
mental health problems, an overdose, a business failing within 5 years,
Wow.
you name it. But it was that 1% that defeated the 99% would turn into 100%.
And with that, obviously, God blessed you. So you've been able to turn around and give back to your community engagement and mentorship. And thank God you are still with us. So how do you give back to the community?
Well, when I was working like the sports programs while going to college, it kind of like had me step outside my comfort zone, because I could tell you, for you as a parent, if somebody's working with your child in sports, you want to know who you're dealing with.
Mhm. Absolutely.
And people would, not that I'm like saying someone's a detective, research my name and show the newspaper or the car accident scene, say, "Is this you?" Their jaws are open, their eyes are
Mm.
just, wow, more dilated than usual. I'm like, yeah, that's me. For me, I didn't want that type of attention. I wanted to move forward from the car accident because everything that came with it, and everything in between. And what people don't understand is that I did not feel comfortable talking about that stuff. I just wanted to show up to work, do my job, be myself, but it just didn't happen that way. Eventually, my boss says, "You're inspiration. Gotta learn to deal with it." And I realized if I'm getting all this attention, let's highlight the student athletes, let's highlight the local leaders, and I had help with the posters. So now when I do give research, it's more of an evolved version of me instead of a past tense. The second thing is just, when I graduated college twice from Hack and Mills University, the HR department didn't even know about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so what ended up happening was at Mills University, the college professor, her name is Dr. Teresa Russell Loretz, who used to be in charge of the communication and theater program at Mills University. Not only did she write a foreword for my book,
Awesome.
she also decided to award me the Overcoming Adversities Award and make sure I was featured in the Alumni Spotlight.
Awesome.
And then from there, I got featured in the Snapper newspaper.
That's so awesome.
And then I've got a whole bunch of accolades I can talk about, but I'll say
Yeah.
later.
But that's awesome though for you to be such a young man and accomplish so much, and you beat the odds growing up, and obviously going through a bad car accident where you almost died. And I believe just from your story, that's God all day, so you have to continue to give back because there's so many youth out there who are lost, who are doing drugs, who want to give up, and just hearing your story will encourage them. Tell everyone how they can follow you if they want to book you to come and speak, be a motivational speaker. I know your information is scrolling at the bottom, but just tell the audience, for those that are listening, really quickly how they can reach out to you to book you.
Well, I just want to give a full disclosure that I value my services and my products. And I do require an intake form to be filled out on my website called ethanspeaks.com, where you can book me for your speaking engagements, either at a conference, public school, corporate, panel, summit, you name it. I have my intake form that needs to be filled out. I also require a contract for legal reasons and a security deposit because that's taking away time from my business, being interviewed on here, and of course, community engagement. But when I'm at your event, I make an impact so great, you're going to feel blessed that you supported me just as much as I support you with my story and much more. Also, to purchase my autobiography, whether it be a hardcover or soft cover directly from me, you can contact me through my website. You just got to trust me with your PO or mailing address. I'll write a message, autograph it, send it through media mail, and make sure you get the tracking number. That way, we both know where the book is going. I accept Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle. And to follow me on social media,
you are on it.
I have to be.
well, they can see the information scrolling at the bottom. Ethan, you are a very intelligent go-getter. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. You got to come back when you work on that second book and talk to us more. I wish you nothing but great success, and you keep doing what you're doing because God is working through you to help others.
Yeah, stay the course and
that's it.
Have faith, and plus, I'm too invested to turn back now.
That's right. Well, I will be in touch. You got to come back, okay? It's so nice to have you.
Definitely. We're gonna do a follow-up on this show.
Absolutely. All right.
Gotta do it. We got book me. So
yes, sir. All right. Well, we'll talk with you soon. Okay. Stay safe out there. Okay. Bye-bye. You guys, he is amazing. Such a sharp, intelligent young man. You guys make sure you support him. If you are over a youth program at church or school or what have you, make sure you support him by booking him. His story is amazing. He overcame so many odds. Okay. Thank you, Ethan, a Poetic. So, switching gears, we got someone who is not a stranger to the show. You guys know her, my girl. She be on it. Yes, indeed. This is relationship counselor and author, Miss Kimberly McCants. She is going to talk about a hot topic this evening about his emotions. So, everyone, help me welcome to the virtual stage, Miss Kimberly McCants. Hey, lady. How are
Hey,
you?
lady, how are you?
I'm doing well. So glad you come back. I always get excited when you come on because it's like, ooh,
Can
she
you
gonna
hear
spit
me?
some knowledge. I can hear you. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
all right. Yeah, I can hear
Okay, so
you.
you can't hear me. Good.
I can hear
Well,
you.
I'm gonna turn the microphone over to
Yes,
you
like
and
it's
let you
going
do your
in and out.
thing.
It's always going in and out on me,
No,
but you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay,
So
cool.
I'm gonna turn it over
All
to
right.
you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. So as you know, well, those that know me know I'm an advocate for Black men in particular and our relationships. And one of the things that has been coming up a lot lately, a lot more lately, is how men are overlooked when it comes to how they feel and what they need and want. Like we always ask them for stuff, we're always expecting them to do stuff for us, but we don't take into consideration they might actually need something from us. They may actually be experiencing something that needs to be spoken about, but there's nowhere to go. So I broke down a couple things that we need to consider, the what to do's and the what not to do's when it comes to dealing with your man in particular.
Ooh, yes.
So okay, so one of the things is both of these are going to be comparisons. So you have accountability and then you have criticism. So it's accountability versus criticism, two different things. Holding him accountable, let me do the opposite way. Criticism looks like telling him everything that he's doing wrong, what you need him to do. You not doing this. You need to fix this. You need to correct that, blah, 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 blah. That's the criticism. The holding him accountable is giving him an opportunity to correct it. So you see something is wrong, instead of criticizing him, give him the information, show it to him, give him an opportunity to correct it. That's showing him that you trust his decision. You are allowing him a decision that you are going to fall back on, let him take the lead. I trust you, handle that. Big difference. Then you have talking to him versus conversing with him. We do
Hmm.
this a lot. you know,
Yeah.
you talk to him, and usually it's very one-sided. It becomes about you. It's focused on self. It starts to get a little demanding. What I need you to do for me.
Mm.
We need to talk. Women. If you don't already know, we need to talk phrase is an automatic shutdown to a dude. He is automatically
Wow.
preparing himself for uh-oh, here comes some stuff. He's
Mm.
automatically preparing. We need to talk. You don't address it that way, because you're, like I said, he's already going to be guarded. So you don't want to talk to him, you want to have a conversation with him so he can exchange information as well. It's about the exchange of information, the emotions, ideas, and for you all to have a chance to talk about the conflict and the solution. That's the part we don't do. Here's the problem. How do we fix this? It takes two of us to do this. So, how do we work together to resolve this issue? So, don't just talk to him, have a conversation with him. The next thing is safe space versus Pandora's box.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Break it down.
This one is probably the most common and
Mm.
is the reason why men shut down completely, why they're not talking. The safe space looks like providing an empathetic environment. where it's non-judgmental. It's open to receive whatever is coming. It's not um, preparing. It's preparing for what's coming. You're not being defensive. It's empathetic. It's respectful. You're respecting and honoring his vulnerability.
Okay.
Men do not like to be vulnerable. So if
Mm.
he's in a space where he feels he's safe enough to be vulnerable with you, you got him. You have everything about him. You have his heart, his mind, his soul, his body, his intention, his everything. So protect that. Don't use it against him. Don't abuse it. Don't take it for granted. He needs to be able to trust you. He needs to be able to feel protected
Mm.
also by you.
Wow.
We look for men to be our protectors. We're taught that. It's written a certain type of way. Men are supposed to protect us. Here's the problem. How can they protect us if they're not being protected while doing the protecting?
Oh. Oh.
Somebody has got to be watching their back. If we're saying get on the front line and fight, then we need to be right behind them, protecting them from what could be coming from behind them. They're not going to
Mm.
see that.
That's
So
deep.
they need to be protected as well. We completely overlooked it. You need to be protecting me. You need to be looking out for me. You need to support me. Okay, well, I do all that. I take all these bullets for you, and then what? I lose
Mm.
everything for you, and then what? I've lost all my income for you because you wanted a house that was way above our income level. You wanted 99,000 first, and I only make $20 an hour. You wanted these things. Now we've lost everything. So what are we going to do? At that point, now she's ready to leave him because he can't protect her
Wow. That's deep.
because she didn't protect him. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's got to be equal. It's got to be a. Here we go with this. Yeah, it's always two-sided.
Wow.
So that safe space versus the Pandora's box. So the Pandora's box looks like if he has a secret, he has something that he's gone through, an experience, something that's very deep to him. Maybe it's a trauma, and you take that secret and you throw it back at him because you now feel some type of way. So you take the secret that he gave you, you throw it back at him, or you go tell his secret to somebody else because you're mad, because you feel
Oh.
something, because you feel left out, you feel rejected, whatever it is, you're in your feelings, which we know are temporary. But you have taken what he has given to you as a gift and auctioned it off to the highest bidder,
Mm.
basically. You've taken his trust and thrown it away. You've given it away to anybody that will listen. He's
Ooh.
never going to do it again. Once
Again.
a man has allowed himself to be vulnerable with that woman, he will
Hmm.
never do it again if he doesn't feel safe. If you throw it up in his face again, you'll never hear it. If he doesn't feel comfortable enough to do it and not be judged, you'll never hear it. If you try to use it as leverage, we do that.
Ooh.
Remember when you said, okay, now if you don't do blah, blah, blah for me, I'm gonna, that kind of stuff.
Oh.
Leverage, using it for blackmail or using it as a weapon against them. A lot of women use a man's trauma against him or his
Mm.
so-called weakness against him. And a lot of times they'll do that by telling another man.
Oh.
That's what, that comfort guy comes.
Oh.
Well, I see what you're going through, sis, and you deserve better. Tell me about it. The moment you do that, you have set up a war zone. You do not go tell another man or anybody, but you do not go tell another man about your man's vulnerabilities.
Mm.
Never do you do that
Now wait. Now
for any
what if
man.
it's your dad or your brother? Just period. No man.
Does he need to know?
Right. That part.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If
Right.
if If somebody else needs to know, he'll tell them.
Okay.
He's telling you because he's trusting you with that. If he gives you his heart, it's for you to protect it, not to leave the box open for
Mm,
anybody to come in and get at it. It's for you, only for you.
that's
So
deep.
if somebody else needs to know, if another man needs to know, he'll find that person to tell. He'll find that male confident, that brother, whatever, to go and talk to, or a counselor, whatever. It's on him. That's
Okay.
not your place to do that.
That's deep. Good
Um,
point.
Another one is hearing versus listening. We all have the ability, for those of us who have been blessed with that sense, to hear. Hearing and listening is not the same. Hearing is the ability to receive sound. Period. That's it. I hear
Mm,
you. I hear the music. I hear the words coming out of your mouth, but I'm not listening because I can't repeat them back. I can't break them down. I cannot interpret them correctly. I can't tell you what you said. My response is not uh, lining up with what you're saying, but I heard you though. There was no
mm.
point. There was no point. If he's not being listened to, you'll never have to worry about him wanting to be heard because he'll say nothing. He will be silent. Or you just won't be the one he's talking to.
Oh.
This, this is when he starts going elsewhere.
Oh.
That part. And we have to remember also that men often speak silently. They speak silently. You have to pay attention to what they're doing or what they're not doing, how they respond to certain things that are going on, because he may not say, I need you to hug me. I need you to rub my back right now. I need to be touched. I would love a kiss in the morning. He may not say that, but he may roll over on you. He may turn his back to you or he may turn toward you when you're in his face and get a little closer. He may take your hand and put it on his chest. Whatever it is, he may not say it out of his mouth, but he wants that. But he wants you to want that. He doesn't want to have to
Mm,
tell you, please touch me here. You know what I'm saying? Please kiss my neck. He doesn't want to do that. And he's not. He will rather find someone that will do it naturally, because naturally means you want it. Men need to be wanted as well as needed. We always just give them the one. They need to be needed. Yeah, but we said we need them to fix our car. We need them to put gas in the car. We need you to fix this. We need you to pay this. We need you to run this and do this for me or whatever. But after you've gotten everything that you need from him, then what?
mm. That's deep.
There's nothing left. If he's giving you everything you need from him, what does he get in return? He
Mm,
needs to be wanted. I want you to be here tonight. I want to fix you dinner. I want to wash your hair. I want to massage your feet. I want to listen to how your day was today. I want to feel your hand in mine. I want that. They need that as well. We completely overlook it. So again, with the listening, it's more focused on what's being said. There's an intention. I'm listening to hear what's being said. I'm listening for the information. I'm listening for the emotion. I'm listening for the cue. What do you need me to do? I'm listening for a way to assist you, not hearing for the silent pause. So we do that. We wait for the pause while they're talking so we can jump in and start talking.
yeah.
We weren't listening. We were
Mhm.
hearing, we heard the sound. So when the sound stopped, oh, that's my cue. I can say something. No, that's not your cue to start talking. Sometimes
Mhm.
his silence is louder.
Mm,
Sometimes what he doesn't say is the loudest. That's the part that you have to pay attention to the most, what he's not saying. Because that speaks loud and it speaks long, because they will be quiet for a long time. One thing I must say about a man, they are very patient.
mm.
They are very patient, especially when it comes to revealing themselves. They are not in a hurry.
Wow.
You'll be waiting a lifetime, and they will just go on about their business as if the conversation never occurred in the first place. So you
Mm,
have to be willing, to be patient and to listen to what's being said. The next thing is sharing his needs versus competing for them. What does
mm,
that look like? He
yeah.
said, I need support. I need to be supported. I need to be protected. Just as an example, you say, here's what the competing for it is. Well, so do I. Well, if I give you that, what you gonna give me? What have
Oh.
you done for me? That's the competing. The
Mm,
Me Too movement. That's the competing. He's
mm,
telling you, he's being vulnerable, again, telling you what he needs. I need this. I need this. I need it. Meaning, this is not something that is an option for me. This is a necessity. I must have it. It's vital. I must have
wow.
it. So instead of you saying, well, I need it too, and listen to what is being said, and your response will be, and I want that for you.
Ah, okay.
What you need, I want that for you.
Okay.
So how can I do that? How can I give that to you? How can we reciprocate with one another? How can we be a team with this? That will work.
Mhm.
What you need, that will work for the both of us. How can we do this for each other? It's not a competition. The
Yeah.
moment it becomes a competition, somebody's walking out the door because one, that interrupts his peace. He's not going to fight
Mm.
with you. He's
Woo, girl, you better preach.
fight with you. If he has to fight with you, he's going to find some peace somewhere else. You're making, what's the song? Making it easy for the cleanup woman.
Oh, girl.
Okay.
Girl. Mm-hmm.
That's what we don't want to do, but that's what
Mm.
we tend to continuously because as women, unfortunately, we tend to be very selfish in the emotional category. We're not the only ones allowed to have feelings. We're not the
Mm.
ones allowed to have needs. You know, we have to take that into consideration. And then the last, not the last but not least, is love versus respect. We tell our
Mm.
men all the time, I love you, but I love you. You know I love you, right? Yeah, okay. But do you respect me? Here's love. Love is a feeling. As we're taught, love is a feeling about these feelings. You
Mm.
already know.
Mm-hmm.
Feelings falsify facts. Feelings are based on circumstances. They change with the circumstance. So if you love me today because you're in a good mood, because you got your paycheck, because you just got a raise, because I did something for you, you love me today. What happens next week when all your money is gone that you got from your check? You're not in a good mood, and I didn't give you a doggone thing. Do you still love me? It
Mm.
changes. If you respect him, respect is an action. You're going to show him that you respect him. You will honor him in your behavior, contrary to how he may be feeling at the moment. You will honor him in your behavior. It doesn't have anything to do with how his day went. He might be, going off or blowing off some steam or whatever. I respect the fact that you had a bad day. I respect the fact that you need some time, some space, some quiet, a hug, a meal, whatever. I respect that. I respect you because respect is based on character,
Mm.
not just his.
Right.
It's based on yours as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the love versus respect, he would rather you respect him. And you can
Wow.
ask any man, I'd rather you respect me than love me because the respect doesn't get turned off unless he does something to cause you to not be able to.
Mm.
And for the most part, that's not what he's going to do because he needs that.
Mm. That's
He
deep.
needs to be respected. And
Mhm.
the gist of everything is in every aspect of your interaction with your man is to make sure you are making love to him in every aspect. So that's not just the physical thing. That is,
Mhm.
I'm making love to you in holding you accountable. I'm making love to you in our conversations. I'm making love to you by providing you a safe space. I'm making love to you by listening to what it is that you need and want. I'm making love to you by sharing your needs. I want that for you. I'm making love to you by giving you the respect that you deserve, that I even want you to have. I want you to see me as a respectful woman. Therefore, I'm going to show you respect. When you show him respect, guess what he's going to give you? He's going to give you respect, but he's going to give you the love because the woman wants the love. The man needs the respect. He's
Mm.
going to give you that. That's the reciprocity. That's the union. That's how we fix these things. That's how we fix the divides and how we completely wipe them out. We
Mm.
have to pay attention to him like we want and demand that he do for us. It's not fair. I hear it all the time. You know, with me counseling men and couples, I've been hearing it a lot lately, how men have either had the thought of stepping out or have stepped out.
Oh.
Why? It's the same thing. She doesn't listen. She doesn't do this. She doesn't pay attention to me. I can't talk to her. She always arguing with me. She's looking for ways to whatever it is. She's sabotaging stuff. She won't hug me. I just want to come home and be hugged today. But instead
Mm.
of that, she want to fight. She wanted me to take her shopping. It's always about her.
Wow, that's deep.
It's always about the woman. You cannot have a relationship with your man if you're not including your man.
Mm. Girl, you better preach.
Okay, it's
Woo.
not going to happen. We have to pay attention. They're
Fellas,
asking for it.
is she preaching, y'all, guys? I see several of you on here. Come on, y'all, chime in. Richard said, "That's how you make love." Wow. You know, Kimberly, what you
Absolutely.
just said is so key that I think a lot of people need to hear because as women, you're right, we want to be loved, but I've never heard it put the way that you put it. They want to be respected like we want to be loved.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that
Right.
right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Clara said, she said that that love is an action too. It
Yeah,
absolutely is.
yeah, she did.
However, we're not taught it that way. That's why I said it the way
Mm,
that I did. We're taught love to be a feeling. If you ask somebody how you know you love me, well, because I feel right. That's the first thing that comes out their mouth. I feel.
mhm,
Mm,
mhm,
that has nothing to do with it. That's not the thing. That's not the it. It should be
mhm.
part of it. If I respect you, I'm going to show you love. Right?
Oh my gosh, that is so true.
That's the way to
And
go.
Clara said, when do we encourage them to be better communicators? We aren't mind readers. It does take two to be able to converse and help. That's true. Like what you said,
That's
he
the
may want you to
accountability.
rub his back. So how do
That's the
we know that?
accountability.
Okay.
It's the accountability. That goes to the accountability along with the conversation, the conversing with. Those go together. It's not like I'm not breaking like every little,
Mhm.
possibility down. It's this, the generalization of it, but the accountability, the conversation, you and the safe space. If he's got just those three,
Mhm.
that safe space in particular will allow him to tell you what it is that he needs, that you can hold him accountable for in a proper way within your conversation.
Mm.
They go together. But if you
Okay.
miss any one thing, there's going to be a void that's going to be filled either with you or the cleanup woman. The point is to keep her out your house
That
because
part.
she's gonna clean up and she's gonna get some extra stuff. She's gonna find some stuff in your house that you didn't even know was there.
Oh my God. Girl, that
Keep
in
her
itself, ladies, if that don't scare you, woo wee. I know clean up woman over here. No,
okay.
no, girl, that is deep.
Yes,
That is
ma'am.
so deep, guys. Oh my goodness. Look, I know the guys are gonna be saving this one segment and play it low key for the
Okay.
wifey.
As they should. As they
Listen to
should.
this.
Women, I never attack. I'm never attacking
No.
one side or the other. But I know
Mhm.
sometimes women get offended by what I say and how I say it.
Mm.
Sorry, like sorry, not sorry. It
But it's
needs to be,
good
and it
stuff.
needs to be said the
Yeah.
way I say it. It needs to be said
Yeah.
the way that it comes out. It's not
Absolutely.
personal. And if people take it personally, that means it's personal.
Mhm.
You need to fix that.
Mhm. Definitely. Carla said, you're preaching, but how does both parties keep the balance? Yes, women can easily cater to the man, but she does not want to forget about taking care of herself. I think you talked about that, right? When you said he wants to just be respected and be attentive to his needs as well.
Right. The balance comes in the conversation.
Mhm.
In
Mhm.
all of this, I'm saying you can't take one thing away. All of these things has to happen. This is what causes reciprocity. Following these things causes reciprocity. If you give to him, he'll give to you. If you want to give to him, he'll want to give to you. It has to go both ways. Here's the thing though. If the woman enters into a relationship broken,
Mhm.
she's going to find a way to break him.
Oh my God.
This is why it's important that we're healed before we enter into a relationship, because be it conscious or not, she's going to find something that is familiar to her. She's going to look for what is familiar to her. So if she's
Mhm.
broken, she's going to either look for his brokenness or she's going to find a way to break him.
Oh, you got to do a part. You got to come back for a part 2, girl.
Oh, yes,
That's
ma'am.
deep. That
Yes,
is so deep. I'm so serious, Kim. You
ma'am.
got to come back. This right here, and I think a lot of women need to hear this because,
Yeah.
like you said, we get so caught up in what about me? What about me? That we totally that part. Yeah, you got to come back and do a part 2. I'm serious. I'm look. As soon as we get out here,
Oh,
I'm booking you.
oh, I'm with it. I'm with it. And speaking of
Yes,
looking, I'm actually in process of writing my next one. And
awesome.
I'm hoping, my goal is for it to be available August 8th. That's the goal.
Okay,
August 8th.
okay.
So even if it's an ebook, whatever, it's gonna be a book.
All right, girl. Well, I'm gonna have you back. We almost run out of time. I
Okay.
thank you so much. You are the bomb.com as usual.
Appreciate you.
And yeah, I'm gonna get in touch with you to have you come back ASAP.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Thank you, Kim. Talk to you soon, sis.
I will be ready. You are very
Bye
welcome. I love. Thank you. Love you too. Bye-bye.
bye. You guys, she is the bomb.com. We gotta have a part 2. Whenever she come on, we gotta have a part 2. I think I just need to have her do a whole hour, right? Let's wrap up the show before we run out of time. Thank you, Ethan A. Poetic. Thank you, Kimberly McCants. In closing, positive thought. One of the biggest flexes is loving yourself the way you wish that they did. Be your own upgrade. You guys, if no one's told you they love you, know that I love you. Stay positive out there, stay safe, love on one another, do one thing for each other. 365 days, you can affect 365 lives. And with those words, I'm out.